Qi was an ancient Chinese state during the Zhou dynasty of ancient China. Its capital was Linzi. Qi was founded around in 1046 BC as one of the many vassal states of the Zhou dynasty. The first ruler of Qi was Jiang, the most powerful official during that time. The Jiang family ruled Qi for several centuries before it was replaced by the Tian family in 386 BC. In 221 BC, Qi was the last major state of pre-imperial China to be conquered by the state of Qin, which became the Qin dynasty, the first centralized empire of China. History. Foundation. With the founding of the Zhou dynasty in 1046 BC, King Wu of Zhou assigned the conquered lands as hereditary fiefs to his relatives and ministers. Territory in the area of modern-day Shandong was given to Jiang, his most important general from which the state of Qi arose. Little information survives from this period. King Yi of Zhou attacked Qi and boiled Duke Ai of Qi to death. At the time of King Shan of Zhou, there was a succession struggle. During this time, many of the native Dongyi peoples were absorbed into the Qi state. Spring and autumn period. In 7006 BC, Qi was attacked by the Shan Rong. Qi rose to prominence under Duke Guan of Qi. He and his minister Guanzhong strengthened the state by centralizing it. He annexed 35 neighboring states including Tan and brought others into submission. In 667 Duke Guan met with the rulers of Lu, Song, Chen and Zheng and was elected leader. Subsequently King Hui of Zhou made him the first hegemon. He attacked Wei for supporting a rival of the Zhou king and intervened in the affairs of Lu. In 664 he protected Yan from the Rong. In 659 he protected Xing and in 660, Wei, from the Red Dai. In 656 he blocked the northward expansion of Chu. After his death, his sons quarreled and the hegemony passed to Jin. In 632 Qi helped Jin defeat Chu at the Battle of Chengpu. In 589 Qi was defeated by Jin. In 579 the four great powers of Qin, Jin, Chu and Qi met to declare a truce and limit their military strength. In 546 a similar four-power conference recognized several smaller states as satellites of Qi, Jin and Qin. Warring states period. Early in the period, Qi annexed a number of smaller states. Qi was one of the first states to patronize scholars. In 532, the Tian clan destroyed several rival families and came to dominate the state. In 485, the Tian killed the ducal heir and fought several rival clans. In 481, the Tian chief killed a puppet duke, most of the ruler's family and a number of rival chiefs. He took control of most of the state and left the duke with only the capital of Linzi and the area around Mount Tai. In 386, the House of Tian replaced the House of Jiang as rulers of Qi. In 221, Qi was the last of the warring states to be conquered by Qin, thereby putting an end to the wars and uniting China under the Qin dynasty. Culture of Qi. Before Qin unified China, each state had its own customs and culture. According to the Yugong or Tribute of Yu, composed in the 4th or 5th century BC and included in the Book of Documents, there were 9 distinct cultural regions of China, which are described in detail in this book. The work focuses on the travels of the titular sage, Yu the Great, throughout each of the regions. Other texts, predominantly military, also discussed these cultural variations. One of these texts was the Book of Master Wu, written in response to a query by Marquis Wu of Wei on how to cope with the other states. Wu Qi, the author of the work, declared that the government and nature of the people were reflective of the terrain of the environment in which they inhabited. Of Qi, he said, although the Qi people are strong and the country is prosperous, the ruler and officials are arrogant and do not care about the people. The state's policies are not uniform and not strictly enforced. Salaries and wages are not fair. This causes disharmony and disunity. Although they are numerous, they are not strong. To defeat them, we should divide our army into 3 groups and have our left and right groups attack on the left and right wings of Qi's army. Once their battle formations are thrown into disarray, our central group will be in position to attack and victory will follow. Wazi, Master Wu Chensong translation. While visiting Qi, Confucius was deeply impressed with perfection of performance of Shao music therein. During the Warring States period, Qi was famous for its capital's academy Jixia. Rulers: House of Jiang, House of Qi, and subject to the House of Jiang as rulers of Qi. In astronomy, Qi is represented by the star Chi Capricorni in the 12 states, asterism in the girl, lunar mansion in the black turtle symbol. Qi is also represented by the star 112 Hercules in the left wall, asterism in the heavenly market enclosure.